I'm a little concerned about it. It's almost like it's haunted. I think it's the cursed Neo Geo. That's why it was so cheap. Hey guys, what's going on? We're back with another episode of Retro Repair. Hopefully, this time for this $70 Neo Geo that I picked up. Now, I picked this up June 2nd. It was supposed to be, we planned to have it done within the week. Tomorrow is July 1st. So a few things happened that delayed this from beginning. One of the first things I did, you can see I have the marquee in right now. That wasn't there, I ordered it. I ordered like a bunch of graphics for it, marquee, the little inserts, the mini marquee, and side art, just half side. And what came was not what I ordered. So I had to go back to the guy like, hey, I got the graphics, but it's not what I ordered. Can you send me the right thing? Finally got the right thing. Almost a month later. So that wasn't good. Then I got the MVS board to put on that because there's nothing in it. It's the whole cabinet was stripped out. And I was having issues with the board. And I was like, well, I'm using a converter board, so maybe it's that. Maybe like one of my cables are bad, because the screen was doing this weird thing where it was like only like you see like a diagonal of it. And I was looking through it, looking through everything. Everything was checking out, power supply, everything. So I was like, it's gotta be the board. And I'm looking it over and it looks like it's corroded to me. So I messaged the guy. He said, no, everything looks good. And this is a place that sells, presumably dozens of these boards. Everything was looking good. So from what he said, but if you wanted to try to exchange it, we could do that. So finally, after going through all this troubleshooting, sending my thing back, getting another thing, turns out the board was bad. So that held me up from starting this project for a while. You would think that's where all the issues end, but it's not. So I wanted to put in my spare CRT. I think I'm gonna have another project and I need the CRT for that. So I ordered an LED monitor for it with the 4:3 aspect ratio. Tracking shows it's gonna come super fast. All right, great. I get the monitor and it's not what I ordered. So 3 times I had issues with receiving what I ordered. I was thinking that it was me, because how do you get 3 different things messed up? And checked it, no, it's the right thing. Messaged the company that I bought it from. They said, well, we take the liberty to upgrade if we're out of stock on the monitor. Well, you gave me like a 16:9 aspect ratio, not a 4:3. It's not an upgrade, it's something completely different. So, had to send that back, got another monitor, and I think this monitor is actually great. I'm kind of glad that I went with this instead. But the amount of customer service issues and just headaches I've had with this has been monumental. Definitely the biggest headache as far as arcade things that I've had to deal with. So I think I finally got everything together where we can start working on it. So that's what I'm gonna do now. But I'm a little concerned about it. It's almost like it's haunted. I think it's the cursed Neo Geo. That's why it was so cheap, because the guy was trying to get rid of it. But anyway, it's cool. I think it's a good pickup. If you follow me on Instagram, I was saying that this is going to be just a quick budget build. Not so quick since we're a month in since I got it, But well, I really want to try to wrap this up this weekend, so let's start looking it over. So guys, this is just a quick look at it. I actually wiped it down a little bit, so it's not as dirty as it was when I first got it, but could be wiped down again. I'm not gonna go too crazy because, like I said, this is just get it together, get it playing, have a good time. It was $70. I'm trying to keep this like under $300. So we're gonna reuse a bunch of the stuff that we have and just have fun with it. So you guys might have noticed this is like a conversion. I don't know if there's like a data east cabinet or not. Let me pull this off. This is really what's dirty. I wiped down the control panel here though. I did want to get a replacement for this because I would like to sand all this down and clean it up. Graphics for this are $50 though. That's just not in the budget right now. So I'm just gonna take it apart and get it going and enjoy it. I wanted to pull this out. Let me see if it's still lashed. There we go. So pull this out. Ideally, I'd like to get a whole new one of this because they really kind of like, I don't know if you guys can see that, it kind of Swiss cheese did the whole thing. And that's why they have the plexi on, so you don't pop your fingers through it because, you know, right here's a hole, there's a hole. But we're not going to worry about that for now. So I think what I want to do, I think I'm gonna, let me see if I can bump that up. I think we're gonna mount the board somewhere over here, possibly, maybe this side. That way it's accessible for me to switch out the cartridges when I want to change the games. We'll have wiring the lights up here. I'm not there's a fixture in there. I'm not sure if it's still good. We might have to get a replacement. Get the monitor in, get everything hooked up, and hopefully it'll be a quick build. All right guys, so all I did right now is just kind of mount a few things. I got in the power supply, the actual MVS board, and the VGA converter that we're going to use. So a lot of this stuff I went ahead and kind of pre-wired. So we have our power going to the converter board, and in this harness, pull that out. We have our input to the board, and we'll have a VGA coming out and going into our monitor. So before we get any further, I do want to start populating this control panel. We have the player 1 and player 2 start, so I have this right here. I'm gonna pop these guys in and start populating everything, and then we can start wiring everything in. So I'm just gonna pop these in like that. A little bright. And then we got these little nuts. Let's pop this guy through. Well, you know what? I gotta pop that in first. Pop this on. And we got our first button in. Okay guys, so we went ahead and popped in all the buttons, the joysticks, got everything wired up. See the harness back there. It's all labeled, so it's really just running the wires to the appropriate button, joystick. So, I mean, the hardest thing with this is like with this joystick, if you're going up, you would think that, you know, would be this top switch here, but it's actually, I don't know if you can see that, it's actually hits the bottom switch down there. So that's, you know, the trickiest part of this, but you do it a couple of times, you're pretty used to it. So we just try to flip this up with one hand. I just don't want to pinch anything like I'm doing right now. Roll this, how are we over here? Okay, so we got that up. I thought I had orange. I don't. I gotta get orange because that's gonna bother me so much. I pretty much just used whatever I had, like leftover parts. But I am gonna order the orange because that's gonna bother me. But otherwise, we got everything popped in. I do want to test it out, just make sure everything's working. Okay guys, so I quickly wired in the monitor just so we can see how we're looking. There's a glare coming from the light, so trying to get it in the picture as best as possible. But it looks like the game's running great. I don't have the coin door wired in yet, and it's still set for quarters, so I wired in this thing down here. There we go. So that was working. Player one start, we're gonna hit that. And we're getting nothing. I know that cable was loose. Let's go around at the back. And it looks like it did fall off. Okay guys, so we went in, retightened that. I thought that connector was gonna be a problem. I thought I could get away with it, but better off that we got it taken care of. So let's take a look. Go back to testing this. So I'm gonna pop in my coin. We see it went through. We're gonna hit player one start, and it looks like that did it. So joystick's working. What do we got? Blue. Ooh, looks like this isn't working. Huh. That's odd. I don't know if it's supposed to do that. So for some reason, this one's not working. Okay guys, so it turned out that we were shy of ground. So we got that grounded. Let's see if we're in the right position. And there we go, we got it working. So now we should be able to just run through, have some fun. Okay guys, so the next part for this, I think, is gonna be probably the monitor. I think I would like to get the monitor mounted. Because then we can kind of finalize that. I don't have to worry about it jiggling or anything like that, falling out. Just would look a little more complete. Really finish up this whole area. There's all these like finishing nails here and everything. I don't know what they did to this, but we're gonna put this monitor in. I think it's gonna look really good. It's really hard to see with the glare, but it does look pretty sharp. So yeah, I think get the monitor sorted, probably go through the fixture, get the light working, and get some sound going into this. That would be really nice to get that all set up. But I think it's pretty cool. I'm happy with it. I mean, hey, it was 70 bucks. Had a lot of headaches getting everything here, but it's gonna be a fun budget build, and it's gonna be a lot of fun to share with friends and family and everything. So I think that's where we'll end tonight, and we'll pick it up again tomorrow. Okay guys, so we got the monitor and bezel, excuse me, got it all kind of mocked up right now. And I think it actually looks pretty good. I'm pretty happy with it. I've obviously got to go through, paint everything, but I think this is gonna work for me. I think it's probably sticking out the monitor further than what it normally would, but I don't think it looks bad. There's really no reason for me to set it in, especially if I don't have like a cardboard bezel or anything to really tidy that up. So I moved it out a little bit and cleaned up some of those finishing nails and everything in there. And this is the frame that I put in. So I pretty much cut these 2x4s down, mounted it to the cabinet, and then I had these brackets left over from some cabinets that I made, and kind of wedged everything in there, tightened everything up, put everything together. The nice thing is that the monitor helps hold all this stuff in, and you know, probably, I'm assuming it would have been mounted back on this piece of wood here. Whoever had it before cut it all up, and you know, it's all messed up, and then this probably wouldn't have mounted anyway. So I'm happy with it. And again, this thing, this is just, ooch, as I break it, this is just a sheet of Luan. I cut it up and it slides perfectly right in. There's like some foam mounts that came on the monitor. I can probably adjust these and make it look a little more flush. But just cut out a sheet of Luan. I measured it, so the 2x4s and everything, once I popped it in, I knew it would sit nice and flush with this, and the glass would rest over everything. And it's, you know, I think it's the best thing that we could put together for it. I'm pretty happy with it. All right, so next thing, obviously gonna have to throw some paint on. We'll throw some paint on it. I want to get the light hooked up, but I think more importantly, the sound should come first. Because I think that's like a big thing that really makes the games. I'm trying to film this so you don't get the glare. So I think sound, we'll tackle that. Get the lights going in the marquee. And last will be the coin door, but we're getting there. It's taking a lot longer than I had anticipated, but hey, we're pretty close. Hey guys, so we got the Neo Geo pulled out, the back opened up. Got a little bit further along on it. So first things first, the light. We got that opened up. Let's see if I could adjust this a little bit for you guys. Got that opened up. The bulb in there was bad. I found a spare in my shop that I pulled out for now. I'll have to replace that. But the fixture, nothing was hooked up, so I ran a new line for that, and I got that going into the power supply there. And lights up and everything. At some point, I think I'd like to put in an LED light in there. Just replace that whole fixture. Well, this is supposed to be a budget build, so I'm gonna keep that for now. Some point down the line, I'll replace it. The line's all there, so it's an easy thing to do. Other than that, the speakers, I pulled out the ones that were in there. So this is what was in there. I tried running power to it. I didn't get anything. I mean, these were either blown or just disintegrated with age. I'm not sure. But I didn't get anything. So I had one of these little amps. Excuse me. I had one of those little amps, so what I did was, just to test everything out, I ran the line from the Neo Geo for the right speaker and plugged it into the board. Let me plug this in. And you could see I had these little speakers. We're getting sound to it. So I think for now, just for a quick fix, I'm going to use this amp and have these speakers hooked up. I would like to get a little bit better speakers like those in the future, but for now, I'll turn that down. For now, this is what I have, so we'll just roll with it. Okay guys, so we got everything put back together. We've got the marquee all lit up. It's a little bit of a gap at the top. I'll probably make like a little piece to cover that up. And you can kind of tell this graphic that I got didn't have the slots to slide this in, so I tried to make one, and you can kind of see the outline of it. It's not a big deal for me. I do want to upgrade this at some point though. When I brought it out, a little raindrop hit it, and I went to wipe it and it smudged it. So that kind of annoyed me. But other than that, I'm happy with it for now. So here you can see everything put back together. I do have graphics for the side that I want to put on. I think I'm gonna wait on that though for now. And then we got everything all hooked up. I have it set on free play right now. To do that on the board, you just dip switch 7, switch it down. But we got the CPO and everything back together. I do have a yellow button to switch out. I just have to find out where I put it. But then we got the that wood bezel that we made all painted and in. I did scratch it a little bit when I was putting it in. I'll have to hit it with some touch-up paint. But other than that, hey, this was $75. All in, maybe we spent $350. Probably a lot of that was on the graphics. I think that was like $25. I got a bunch of little inserts for that, so that was probably another $25. There's side art that I have that I didn't put on, so that was probably like $75 to $100 with tax. Got the boards was $70, which wasn't too bad. A lot of the buttons I had, so I didn't really have to get those. We might be under $350. I actually have to go through and add everything up. But for a budget build, I think I'm pretty happy with it. It's playing the original hardware. We don't have a CRT in it, but I think it looks really nice. It's hard to tell. I have this glare from the lights, but it looks really sharp. Alright guys, so I killed the lights and I got this shooting at the screen. Hopefully you guys can see it okay. There's still a little bit of a glare, but otherwise I think it looks okay. Just wanted to show you guys a quick playthrough of this.